And I apologize, like seriously, once again, because I made that whole, throwing the baby out with bathwater thing. Because now I'm rethinking master books. And I actually purchased some, and I'm gonna share with you what I have. Hi, my name is Leilani, and in this video I'm gonna share with you how we are rethinking master books. So when I go through this video, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my history with master books. I'm going to be talking about the curriculum that we have purchased and that we are currently using with master books and what we are going to be using. I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I've learned about the company from personal experience, as well as some things that I've seen online with homeschool evaluations, that kind of stuff. So I am a former public and private school teacher, and I am a homeschool evaluator for the state of Florida, and I homeschool 4 wonderful kids. You can learn more about me in the description box below. You can also jump through the chapters of this video if you want to skip over some of the things that I mentioned that we're going to talk about. But let me just tell you right off the back, the history with the master books and myself. So a couple years ago, I dipped my toes in and everybody was ranting and raving about master books. So we jumped into the language arts curriculum as well as the math curriculum. Now we did science, and I will talk about science a little bit later, but that was the first time I had done their math and their language arts for elementary school, and it just didn't work for us. So much so that we had to actually put it to the side and do something different. I made a video about it and I talk about it, but in a sense I have to admit, and I almost want to just apologize straight up, that I did kind of throw the baby out with the bathwater. I did not have success with their math curriculum. I did not have success with the language arts curriculum, so I was like, okay, it's not a good curriculum then. Well, it's not master books is not a curriculum, I'm finding out. It's actually a publishing company that has actually purchased different curriculum lines and publishes it for them, which is actually kind of unique because you know that they're not all going to be the same format, and they're all very different. And they've been actually doing this, I found out, since 2012. Now the company is older than that, but the curriculum stuff started happening in 2012. So the line that I had some struggles with was the lessons for a living education. That's their math and their language arts. But there are so many other lines like Odell history, Jensen's grammar, writing strands, and actually I found out they are the exclusive publisher for Answers in Genesis. Now I kind of sort of knew this. I knew there was some kind of connection with them and Ken Ham because I have been using Answers in Genesis. I really liked the curriculum. I knew what I liked. I started working at the homeschool co-op. I started using their stuff, and I noticed that Master Books was basically publishing the same curriculum that Answers in Genesis had on their website. So I was like, okay, well, it's just basically the same. But then I come to find out that it is officially Ken Ham's and Answers in Genesis, their exclusive publisher. Now that doesn't mean they're just publishing stuff from Ken Ham, because when you get Ken Ham, you're bringing in a whole handful of different authors that are creationists, young earth creationists, and apologetics, people that want to share the gospel through science. There's more science, like all the different sciences, and geology and dinosaurs and astronomy and logic. So it's like a whole thing. Master Books is a publishing company that publishes really good, solid, foundational biblical books, if that made sense. Strong, biblical, rooted science books for students. I mean, it's phenomenal. And I'll kind of talk a little bit more about that. Some of the authors, by the way, that you're gonna see with Master Books, published with Master Books, are, people like Ray Comfort has some stuff published through that. Ken Ham himself, Bodie Hodges, Dr. Jason Lyle, it's just really good stuff. But when I went on their website, I was looking at the Master Books mission, and it's basically to grow students' faith in their creator and his word in a way that will have a lasting and eternal impact. And it's pretty awesome. You're not going to find that too much with different curriculum out there. So when they're actually buying these lines, this is my assumption, but I'm pretty sure it's what they think because it's their mission. So when they're buying these lines, they're actually putting God first. Another thing that they did say when I was looking through some of their materials and podcasts and YouTube videos, the materials that is presented, that they publish, are really there to help the student to be able to defend their faith beyond high school when they're in the real world, which is huge. I mean, let's think about it. If we are parents that are Christians, that are believers, and we're homeschooling our kids, isn't that like the first thing that we actually want to do? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So back to my history with it. I tried one path, didn't work for me, but that was like maybe like 5% of all of master books. And I apologize, like seriously, once again, because I made that whole, throwing the baby out with bathwater thing, because now I'm rethinking master books. And I actually like purchased some, and I'm gonna share with you what I have. So I mentioned Odell history. So we actually got this for my daughter. We started up on this. Now what's really fun about master books is they've taken former curriculum, formulated a teacher guide that actually and they all look the same. I mean, the covers look the same. I think that, I don't know, this one has a green banner. The sciences have a blue. I don't know if there's some symbolism behind that, but they're gonna have stuff for the kids to do. And so this is Odell. I have been thoroughly pleased with this curriculum for my daughter. Now, we usually use Truth Quest, which we are still using with my older boys, but my daughter's in and out of the Truth Quest curriculum with them, but she also skipped over American history because she was like, a baby when I did that with the boys. So I wanted her to get a book to work through on her own and with me on American history. And so I did. This is what I did. I purchased these, and I mean, so far we are about halfway through the books, and she's very happy with it. She enjoys it. She does it on her own. If you want a flip through of this by any chance, let me know in the description box below, and hopefully I'll be able to get one up for you guys. Another curriculum that I've done, because like I said, I've done most of their sciences, because I do teach science at a homeschool co-op. But another curriculum that I've done, I do have a full flip through on this one. I'm going to go ahead and leave links up in the iCards as well as the description box below. But it is Dr. Jason Lyle's Stargazer's Guide to the Night Sky, which is for middle school. I really think it's for middle school. I also think it could be used for freshman, sophomore year of high school as well. It's astronomy. And it's very thorough, and we loved it. The kids loved it. Taking Back Astronomy is another book that's published by Master Books that goes really well with this one. And of course, they have the teacher's guide that you can also purchase. So since we're talking about science, I did mention that I have used some of the Answers in Genesis elementary curriculum. I don't have those to flip through right now, but I do have a video on it where I flip through it and I compare and contrast the difference between the two. I have a video on it. Just watch it. Here is another curriculum, and this is actually for middle school. And so we are going to do this Elements of Faith, and it sounds really cool, but it is cool. It is really cool. But it's the periodic table right there that you walk through each of the different elements. You read, you answer questions, and in the back of the book, there's some quizzes as well as some experiments that you could do. Now, I have not gone through this book with my kids. I'm going to. We are going to be doing, actually, I'm going to be teaching physics and chemistry next year at the homeschool co-op. And this is one of the books that we are going to be using because it's a year-long class. Oh, I'm excited. I really am, actually. So this will be fun. I'll get to test this out on the kids and see how it works. So let me know if you want to flip through this one too. It's called Elements of Faith, and it looks really good. And the author here is Richard Duncan. And I'm wondering if this is another guy that Ken Ham brought to Master Books. Probably. That's my guess. That's my guess. If you know, let me know in the description box below, because, it's always fun to find these things out. Yeah. Now, this is also a middle school curriculum, and it's very interesting because it's simply called Applied Engineering. And I feel like what Master Books has done here, actually this is what they've done, is they took a couple of books, 3 books to be exact, and put them together to make a curriculum, a middle school curriculum. These books are all written by some really good authors. So this one is Discovery of Design, and I'm pretty sure this is one of Ken Ham's guys. This book is neat because it's basically every 2 pages, they give you a different animal, and then it talks about their engineering. So, for example, let me just give you an example. So a tree frog, has inspired the automobile tires. Of course, geckos, right? Geckos inspire Velcro. Venus flytrap inspired food packaging. So it's this idea of engineering in nature and how we've taken those ideas from nature and kind of man-made stuff. So it's really cool. It's very God-focused. The second book we have is Men of Science, Men of God, Great Scientists Who Believe in the Bible. We always forget that there were scientists that did believe in the Bible and put the Bible first. And then this is a beautiful book. My son has actually been reading this on his own, but it's the same idea. You know, this one's Swim Like a Fish, copying shark scales. Different design elements that we have in our world that man has created that's actually mimicked after God's own creation, whether it's animals or plants. This is the whole curriculum, applied engineering, and like I said, it's the same kind of format. These are science experiments. They have science experiments in here, which I did not actually expect. I don't know why I didn't expect that. I mean, duh, it's a science curriculum, so I don't know. There's a lot of them in here, actually. Here you've got like questions, but then here you have the science experiments. There you go. And all the kids can actually purchase this, and then you could buy one, if you do it with multiple kids, you could buy one set of these to read through. So I did want to point out, because, yes, first and foremost, they do advertise as a curriculum company, but they do have books on apologetics that you can buy individual, separate from their curriculum guides. And so some of them would include pretty much anything Ken Ham put together. Anything from Answers in Genesis. And so some of these books, like the Answers books, are now master books. We've got the little master book symbol at the very, very bottom. And these are great. Actually, there's a lot of authors in here that wrote some of these chapters, and you'll find these authors are now publishers with master books. I'm telling you, like, it's a whole network of people that are all now just connected, but they're wanting to put God first. They're wanting to put defending the faith, their sciences, their creation ministry. I mean, it's pretty cool. And because my passion for science, I've been really getting into it. So I love this stuff. So what I'm saying is that if you are looking for some good standalone creation books, apologetics type books, you can go on this website. So actually there is a new book that you can check out that was released by Master Books by one of my actual personal heroes. Any female that gets her doctorate degree in a science, and actually I really admire them because I just do. So she is definitely one of my favorites, Dr. Purdom, and she wrote a book called Crafted by God, and it talks a lot about pro-life. It's from a creationist perspective, and I think I will probably be purchasing it. Another one of their curriculums that we are actually going through right now, this is the Introduction to Logic book. Once again, it comes with this, which is light blue. I don't know, like, I still wonder if there's a color code. Let me know if you know if there's a color code with Master Books. And it's how to rightly think. I actually gonna have this author on my channel. I'm gonna do an interview, and we're gonna do a flip through with this book, and we're gonna talk about it because we are going through it. I am really excited about learning all these things. It's so deep. We're actually at our homeschool co-op. Okay, it's not set in stone, so I shouldn't say anything, but I'm hoping to teach a full version of this curriculum alongside debate. Defending the faith through debate, because I did teach a speech and debate class this year. So I kind of like having fun with some of these things, but even just doing this alone is just for a year is really good foundational stuff. And your kids might find interest in logic and learning all the fallacies and thinking properly and logically and defending their faith to the point where they're just kind of like, maybe you want to learn more. I don't know. That's kind of what happens in my family. Another thing that I also found on the Master Books website was their Master Books Academy, which I kind of knew that they had, but I didn't realize how extensive it is. So it's basically, you can buy a package of a class online and their videos, so to speak. Some are longer than the others, some are more expensive than the others, some are just kind of quick seminars, some are full year classes. They have a Spanish one that I've been kind of looking at here and there. Needless to say, I mean, they have like a slew of different classes. So it does look like Master Books does have a wide variety of authors and curriculum lines that you can kind of pick and choose from. They do really try to write those teacher guides to make them a little bit more on the go and easier for you. And they are very clear with what their goal is. And that's basically to equip you with defending the faith. There's just so much more with master books that you can explore. It may or may not work with you. That's why it's really good to go online, look at sample copies. And like I said, I put the flip throughs that I do have in the description box below. And if there's one specifically that you want to see, just let me know. And if you subscribe to this channel, you will soon hear me talk to Dr. Lyle about his logic curriculum. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said, subscribe, like, comment, share, all the fun things. And I will see you guys in our next video. Bye.